play this game. All right, episode 1, the first turnabout. Yes. Uh-oh. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! Uh-oh. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Uh-oh. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Who? Jesus, that's very revealing for court clothing. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give it a death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butz. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butz. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, there he is, Larry Butz. Mr. Butz, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. Was it to you anyway? Mr. Butz, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. Uh-oh. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Uh-oh. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now? Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Oh my god. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? Oh no. I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butz. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Objection? Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butz is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Order in the court. He sounds kind of like one of those salty horse players coming to your chat. True. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Because he saw it. Get it? Mr. Frank saw it. Among Us told me that if you found the body, you're probably the killer. See, that's what I'm saying. And also we saw his face. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Witness account. Here we go. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment, or an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Objection! He said it didn't go inside, but then it says the phone in her apartment wasn't working. So how did you know it wasn't working if it never went inside? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1:00 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Yes, we can, bitch! Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. From noon to 6 p.m. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. This is where we get in him, guys. Okay. Cross-examination. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Okay. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and formed myself unable to go inside. Okay.
The new sign will later
Same,
have
thank you.
X100.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Hold it! The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Wait, I need to go back, dude. Oh, there we go. I remember the time exactly. That's the one. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m.? You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sahit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Oh, here we go. He's gonna try it again. The time of discovery. If court was like this, I think it would go along to watch. I know, right? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. How could you hear the television? Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. The time of discovery. You see, when I find the body, I heard the time. Oh, listen. Okay. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Evidence. Blackout record. Present. Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sahit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. Mr. Didn't see it. Yes. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sahit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. All right, here we go. We're making him sweat now, boys. Yeah, Abbers, you're right. We got chat full of detectives now. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. All right, Mr. Sahit. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Oh, the murder weapon was not a clock. That must have been what I saw. Oh, it's getting easier and easier, Chad. It's getting easier and easier. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. Excuse me. Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Well, you with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sahit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may? Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony, Knife? Yes, because he said he saw it, not heard it, because he said that he was saying it out loud. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do the better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sahit. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I mean, I saw. Oh, he threw his... He threw his fucking hair. Shut up. I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. He threw his hair off, chat. He threw it right off. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? As I was saying, the whole case is running this. All right. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Side heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply, try sounding the clock, I guess. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Oh, and the clock said 8:24. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Side heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Side, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. What? This ends the cross-examination. What do you mean? I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. Hey, buddy, you lawyers are all slime. Objection! Archie needs snuggles. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. You're so cute. Not so fast, Mr. Saw It. Chief, listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Because she had been flying to Paris! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Yes, the passport. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder? Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course, there is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was... Here you go, this one. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? That's it. Order! Order, I say! We got him, chat. We got him. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Did you straight up kill him? I guess we did, Abers, yeah. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty. Congratulations, Butz. I mean, I'm just saying. Turns out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Syatt let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Syatt grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Freaking killed her. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... No, never mind. Dude. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, okay, so he moves on. Okay, cool. Oh, no, I couldn't. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I guess, do we show him the statue? Because she kept it? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is a clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock. That's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. Well, we'll drink a toast to innocent Butz. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Dude, she's into us. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. What? The end? Hey everybody, Editing Emily here. This was actually a sub-goal game, so thank you everybody for subscribing to hit that sub-goal in order for us to play Ace Attorney. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more of Ace Attorney, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye!